Hey everybody, it's Roger the Car Dad, and I am back with Jenna. Today our focus is on a Focus. It's a 2017, one owner, bought brand new. Car has about 80,000 miles on it. The girl that bought this car wasn't familiar with repairs, didn't have anybody that she trusted and could take it to, so the car has been dealer serviced, and I absolutely approve that method. If you're uncertain, it's a new car, it's under warranty, stay with the dealer. We're going to do a quick walk around. Some of the things that we've done for her are brakes and tires. She's gotten some crazy quotes on prices, so we saved her a lot of money in that department also. Looks like it could use a little bit of a detailing. The paint is just a little faded, but that's not a big deal at all. And the other thing regarding the repairs on this car, using the dealer, is she plans on keeping it for a long time, and she does know the importance of using good quality original equipment parts. Most of these new cars, well, all of them as a matter of fact, have a ton of sensors that feed back into the engine computer. If you use an aftermarket part and you're not certain about it, you could have a myriad of issues. The connectors aren't up to the quality of original equipment. They could melt and turn into a blob under the hood. Wiring. There could be different resistance in the wire. Again, sending a bad signal into the engine computer. Check engine light comes on, you'll spend hundreds if not thousands of dollars to rectify a problem that you could have easily solved just by using an original equipment part right from the start. So we're going to do a little tour under the hood. This is actually a fairly clean engine compartment. We've done some stuff to this. It had a pesky check engine light, and it turned out that the code was P201, which was an evap leak. Sorry for the traffic right now. And again, so she had this pesky check engine light, and it was an evap code, and you don't have to be too familiar with it, but a lot of cars will set off the check engine light even if you go to get gas and you leave the car running while you're fueling. All these new cars have a pressure sensor in the gas tank, and it feeds into a charcoal canister. Basically, as the fuel sloshes in the tank, the canister traps the vapors. There's a solenoid in the engine that when it's signaled, it'll actually suck out the canister, for better wording, and you'll be able to restart your cycle again. Check engine lights for something like that might go off on their own after, let's say, 8 or 10 restarts. If not, just a regular scan tool, you can delete that code. As it was, she did go to the dealer for it because there is a recall. This car has, like many new cars, there's no cap on the gas tank. It's just a It's just a flap.
Anybody could just throw a cigarette in.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't. The issue with these, and again, there was a recall from Ford on these things, is that when the car is new, they actually give you a funnel, and that's a refueling funnel, just plastic. And the idea is that you don't go in with the metal nozzle from the gas tank, so you're not creating any sparks, or you're not damaging this little flap as you're putting the gas in. So again, the funnel is just to protect the flap in here. But again, there was a recall. Some of these didn't close all the way, and that was another source for setting off that very same check engine light. But that wasn't the case. Her repair actually turned out to be the evap solenoid, the thing that's in the engine that actually controls when that canister that's by the gas tank gets dumped out. Her plugs were original, her spark plugs underneath the coils. The coils are the things that provide energy for the spark plugs. And you could see they're right in the open, very easy to change. Spark plugs on this car take no more than a half an hour. By the time she finished with the dealer, brakes, tires, a quote for the evap solenoid, and 4 spark plugs, I mean, they hit her up with a $1,400 estimate. So she just did the basics. At that time, I think she just did wipers and an oil change and got out of there with the estimate, and brought the car over. We wound up ordering an original equipment solenoid for her, evap solenoid, and 4 brand new Motorcraft original equipment spark plugs. I mean, she was out the door maybe $180 in parts as opposed to $1,400. Obviously, the tires and brakes were a separate issue. You know, when she got hit with a $1,400 bill, she was in a little bit of a panic. Obviously, it's a big number to get hit with all at one time. Her fear was, I hope this car is not falling apart because I'm almost finished paying for it and I want to keep it on the road for years to come. But if you stay on your maintenance, you can break things down, do it as it comes up, just take it kind of piece by piece, and you won't have this like monumental bill to look at all at once. So again, $200 in parts, maybe even less, an hour to change whatever needed, knocked off the check engine light. This car has been absolutely flawless for her ever since. So you can save money with a little education, a little knowledge, a little research. You don't have to get hit for a $1,400 or $1,500 bill all at once. You don't have to run and trade the car in. This car has years of life left in it. Okay guys, one more thing on this car, on this Focus. There's a little bit of body damage over here. This is obviously not the end of the world. It's something that does need to be repainted. Minor repair. There's not much to it. Matter of fact, there's another little scrape on the door. I guess that's part of another little mishap with a garbage pail or a mailbox or something. But anyway, we haven't gotten estimates on the damage, but just a word about refinishing body work on a car. If you go into a shop and let's say they give you an estimate for this about $250, and then you go to another shop and they're like $350 to $400. So the question is, what is that extra money? What do you get for your extra money? And basically it's how the car is going to get painted. We mentioned this in our used car inspection video. If the body shop just tapes off the panel that needs to be repaired, they can paint it, as well as you can match it. Again, this is 6-year-old paint. It's obviously faded. It needs to be buffed out.
And cleaned.
And cleaned, exactly. You can get it pretty close. I mean, and believe it or not, all black is not the same black. There's probably 200 different black colors between different manufacturers, models, makes, years, whatever. So what the extra money does buy you, there's a technique in the body shop in painting, and it's called blending. Some insurance companies call it overlap. Us old timers call it blending. And what that does is they'll make the repair and they'll paint, but they won't stop at the panel that just needed the repair. They'll actually extend the paint halfway into the next panel, and they'll use some light coats, just some dusting coats, maybe 2 or 3 light coats. What that does is it eases the transition between the new paint and the old paint. And basically, once it dries, you buff it out. You don't have that hard transition. We called it zebra stripes before. You could think of it as spots on a cow. I don't know, whatever you like to, keep in your head as an example. But again, that's what the extra body work will do. Usually it's an extra, half hour to hour worth of labor. So that's the difference in the money. So if you do have your car painted and the body shop one body shop wants a little bit more than the other, it means they're going to take their time with the painting. They're going to give you, I wouldn't say a better paint job, but just a more transparent paint job. You won't have that contrast between the old and the new. And again, it's a matter of spraying the new paint halfway into a panel that needs no repair. But again, you're easing that transition between old and new paint. And at that point, you're ready to go. Thanks again.